Welcome back everybody to the channel. Today we have a very special electric pickup. This is the 2023 Ford F150 Lightning. Let's take a look at it. So as usual, starting off with the front end, with the thing that stands out the most is that light bar and that massive, absolutely crazy front grille. I absolutely love the front end of this thing. We got some cooling down below there, some two tow hooks as well, and those big LED lamps that will follow you around at nighttime for the main headlight there. Very, very cool. And of course, Ford has addressed an issue that's been an issue for a long time with EVs, and it does have a front trunk, but there's no way to access it. But Ford has thought of everything. So I can come right up here, I can press this button right under here, it'll pop the trunk for me automatically. Pop the hood, I should say, but it's like a trunk, so it doesn't even matter what I say here. And we have a whole bunch of room in there, as well as some room under the floor here. You can put some nice ice in there and it'll drain and everything. Very cool. Then we have some outlets here too, which I love, so you can have that all powered from the cabin as well. You can keep it in here, keep your stuff charged inside the front trunk of Ford F-150 Lightning. Of course, it's $123,000 Canadian, so it is very, very expensive, so we don't want to have to do anything. Press that button again, it's going to close, and you get a good shot of that front view camera with that nice iconic Ford logo. Overall, very, very awesome front end of the F-150 Lightning. All right, coming around now to the side profile of the F-150 Lightning. Really, really basic when it comes to the side profile. It's a pickup, but you can see how that main headlight bleeds over into the side, as well as the back tail light as well. I love, love, love those designs. It really makes it look unique, really makes it stand out. And you can see those huge 22-inch rims that look very aerodynamic, but they're also my favorite wheels that you can get on the F-150 Lightning, so they're really cool. As well as we have this nice front step here that says Ford all along the bottom, and we have a nice keypad here that you can set if you lock your keys in the vehicle. Bang, you have a keypad, no worries. And then this here is a one-touch lock and unlock. Put your hand here, it'll unlock all four doors, and all four doors have this button as well. We also have a nice Lightning badge here, which is very, very cool. Love that as well. Then I can come over here to this charge port here, open this up. This is for your normal, this is for your DC, very cool. I also have some side view mirrors. They're huge, and you can also see the size of the driver window, very big as well. And then a little camera just underneath right there. All right, so this is the Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum, like I said. So what do you get with that? You get, like I said, the 22-inch bright machined wheels, the B&O sound system, which is an 18-speaker surround system audio, which is so nice. You get Ford Co-Pilot and Blue Cruise premium Nirvana leather seating with ventilated front seats, of course, and you get a tow technology package and a max trailer tow package, which is very cool. So let's take a look now at the battery and charging and all that great stuff for the F-150 Lightning. So since this is the all-wheel drive, big battery, long range version, we have a 131 kilowatt hour battery with a max range of 483 kilometers. That's just for the Platinum. If you get the Lariat or the XLT, you're looking at a range of 512 kilometers on a full charge, which is very, very good. The power is ridiculous, as you'd expect. Why not? Go big or go home with the F-150 Lightning. We've got 580 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque. It's nuts. You'll see it when I take you for a drive. It can really fly. Now for the charging, level 1 is going to take you 24 plus hours, maybe even longer than that. It's crazy. It does do well though for just maintaining a charge if that's all you want to do. So that does well. Level 2, you're going to go 8 hours from 15 to 100%. Level 3, we're looking at 41 minutes from 15 to 80% as well. And you can even power your house if you have the right adapter. So that's very usable as well. And Tesla has agreed to let Ford use its superchargers in the coming future. So that's also very, very cool. By 2025, they should have that figured out. So that's excellent too. All right, last but certainly not least is the rear of the F-150 Lightning. And again, just like the front, we have that nice LED light bar that goes all the way across for the headlights, as well as you got the nice F-150 badge there as well. I absolutely love, love, love the look of it. And also we have some on the bottom here. This is going to be the controls for your trailer, different things that you're going to attach, as well as this is where you're going to attach your ball right down here. So standard stuff. If you've owned an F-150 before, you know what they are, you know what I'm talking about, as well as you got a rear view camera here. And then of course we have an automatic go up and go down tailgate, which is very cool. It's going to go up for you by itself and back up, down for you by itself and back up by itself. Very, very good. And I love the attention to detail that Ford have taken. You can see it here if I go along the trim here of the bed, I can have some ruler measurements here. Very, very cool material as well. Good for cutting, good for doing anything you need to do. And for getting into the back, they've also made that very easy as well. You press the button right here. This little thing slides right out and goes down. Bang. Then if you want to have a hand support as well, something to grab onto, this thing comes right out, pulls right up, and just clicks into place just like that. So you can actually hop in to the bed very, very easily in the Ford F-150 Lightning. You also have a nice Ford badge. It also has a camera right up there that's going to show you what's in the bed in real time. So if you're ever worried about that, then you have that covered as well. And we have a whole bunch more outlets and different stuff like that, USB plugs, all that stuff right there in the bed, so you can power all your electric tools or whatever you need to do right from the bed of the F-150 Lightning. Really cool. But with that being said, let's hop up front and let's see what's up there. Okay, so up first, as usual, is the interior backseat of the F-150 Lightning. Right away, you have that really cool two-tone, very, very interesting. Like it's like this suede material, super nice, and as well as a little wood trim and a little like cup holder like thing, super cool. Let's hop in. Nice little step here where you can kind of wipe your feet off if you're in the mud. It's got these little prongs on it, which is really cool. But let me have a seat in here and close the door, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I have the most amount of space that you could ever want or ask for out of an EV. It's just so cool. So I got cup holders here, I got 2 heated seats, I got some normal, your cigarette lighter kind of thing. Then I have some USB-C chargers, USB-A, and I have a 120 volt normal household plug there. Super cool. But look at all this legroom. Oh my goodness, I could sleep back here easily. I could easily fall asleep back here, especially under the stars in this really cool panoramic sunroof, which has a shade that does close and it does even open. It's just great. Then, of course, we have this little arm thing that comes down. Nice little view of the bed. If you want to check out what you got back there, you can have the view there. This comes down. Really cool. I love the interior here. Two-tone, kind of like beigeish off-white with the Platinum logo, because this is the F-150 Lightning Platinum. Full beams for you guys this week. And then we have the B&O sound system speaker back here. Sounds great. And we have these really nice mats. These nice mats that are like really easy to clean and also don't mind getting dirty. So really, really cool for the F-150 Lightning. And let's hop right up in the front seat. There's so much to go over, so stick with me and let's check it out. You're not going to regret it. All right, now let's hop into the front seat like we usually do. Big old door with a big old window. Yes, because it's an F-150, so we go big or we go home. So we got some nice controls here for the mirrors and stuff like that. 3 memory seats, very cool. Again, we have this nice like Alcantara suede kind of thing going on here. Also this nice open wood, really love that. And a B&O big boy speaker right there. Let's hop in. Very cool. Right away, we're greeted by this massive steering wheel. Like, this thing is just big, but again, I'd expect it to be because this car is just big. So I really like that. You can see that they kind of like phased out the blue logo that's normally in the Ford and just made it an all silver, as if it was struck by lightning. I don't know, that's the impression I get when I look at it. But let's start with the steering wheel. So very big, but very, very comfortable. I love how big it is. It just suits the car so well. Then you have your blue cruise button, or your cruise control, whichever one you want to call it. Lane keep assist, your distance, all that stuff, volume controls, as well as voice controls. Then over on the right-hand side, you got some menu controls, which controls this nice all-digital gauge cluster. Of course, with the Lightning, we're going to have that. You can control a whole bunch of things, go through a whole bunch of different menus, whatever you want or need to do, it's all in here. So that shows you basically your range, how much battery you're regenerating, and your speed is right over there, as well as some battery information at the top, which is cool. Now moving over to my left-hand side, I have some lights controls for the side view mirrors, which by the way are absolutely massive, but we need that, so that's great. Then we have a button for the front, the button for the automatic tailgate, a button for the bed light, and then all the normal lighting controls here, as well as the brightness for the infotainments. And then we have a button down here that will actually move our pedals forward and back. Love that feature, very great. Then just to the right of that, you obviously have the start stop button, and you have as well the trailer, the Pro trailer. When it's on, when you have a trailer connected, you can basically turn this and it will turn the wheel according to where you need the trailer to go, as well as this is your trailer controls here too. So moving right along to this big boy iPad looking vertical 12-inch infotainment display that controls almost every single setting available to you in this car. First off, you can see we have dual zone automatic climate control, heated and ventilated seats. If you've seen the Mach-E, if you've seen the video on the Mach-E, or if you've ever seen one in real life, you are very familiar with the screen and this infotainment. infotainment. So I can click there and have controls. I got my different drive modes, my one pedal drive on or off, driver assistance, vehicle settings, general connectivity for the wireless hotspot, the zone lighting at nighttime. You can actually turn all these different light zones on. So that's very, very cool. You can go out of there. You can also have your camera 360 degree. Then we have the intelligent backup apps, stuff like that. You have your Pro Power, so you can power the front outlets and the tailgate outlets as well. Very cool. So if you have stuff that you're plugged into your bed and you want to stay like that, you can have that. Navigation, of course. This is the fully loaded Platinum version, so it's going to have everything there is to have. Then you have entertainment. You have a whole bunch of games, lane change, double sum, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzles, parking lot, you name it, we got it. The only thing we don't have is like Netflix and stuff, which, you know, on this vertical screen, I think it could be cool just to have something here, but not yet. You have a sketch pad though, wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, as well as wired. I do use the wired a little bit more than anyone else, but yeah, overall, I don't really have that much of a problem with the infotainment. Obviously, I do prefer buttons, but you know what? I'll take it. And I like this little animation it does when you change from normal to sport. Just give it a second. It's going to do it. There you go. Kind of changes things a little bit. Changes the way stuff works. It beeps when you do off-road because it disables one pedal driving. But yeah, super cool the way it does that. All right, that's good enough. Yeah. And then we have an interesting little volume control. So normally it'll control my volume, but if I press the fan button, it will control that. So I can turn that down or up or whatever I want. Then you can also control the temperature with this guy. Very, very cool. Yeah, I just really like it overall. It's very, very nice to have. And, you know, it makes things a little bit easier. It makes things a little bit quicker to get to. So I don't mind that at all. Then just below that, we do have some physical buttons as well as my cord here. USB-C is plugged in. And then we have a wireless charger that sticks very, very well. Then we have this big center console with the 2 cup holders. If you own an F-150 Lightning, you're usually used to seeing this, but I love this feature. Press this button right here. That shifter folds right in. Then I can go over here and grab this part of the center console, drag it right here, and you could have a work surface right here. You could put a laptop, iPad, whatever you got, put it here. You can do some editing while you're charging, whatever. That's what I've done this week, actually, is I edited the Polestar video right here in the car while I was at the supercharger. So very, very cool and convenient. Fold that back up. Very nice Platinum logo. This is such a nice material. Very nice to rest your arms on. I do like it a lot. Push it one more time, it comes right back up, and you can, bang, use it again. Then we have plenty of storage in here. You know, I got my key, my wallet, stuff like that. There's like a random, somebody left a straw in there, so that's interesting. Not me. And then we also have over here on the passenger side, press this button. You got even more storage in there, as well as a glove box. Then over here we have a normal cigarette lighter, as well as a actual fully working house plug, which is very, very cool. Then we come over to these nice Platinum seats. You have a speaker inside the headrest, which sounds absolutely great. Surround sound in here is really good. One of the best sound systems I've been able to test this year. Seats are really, really comfortable for both the passenger and the driver. Obviously, they're heated and ventilated, so it's great. No digital rearview mirror, though. That's kind of an interesting choice. I'm surprised that we don't have one, but you do have a little thing up here for your sunglasses, which is great. And you have, of course, your sunroof controls and all that great stuff right there. But it's going to do it for the interior, the Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, let me strap that GoPro on and show you what it's like to drive on the road. You're not going to want to miss this, trust me, because it's so much fun. Let's get right to it. Okay, here we go. 2023 Ford F-150 Lightning on the road. And let me tell you, I am not kidding around with you when I tell you that this is one of the most comfortable pickup trucks that I have had the pleasure of driving. Oh my goodness, this Platinum version, the dampening is so good. Yes, you do feel some oscillations once in a while, but oh my goodness, most of the time, this thing is just solid, solid, solid. They really did take their best truck, their best selling thing, and just make it electric, which is exactly what any one of us could have asked for. And it's all-wheel drive, and it's got quite a bit of horsepower. I can pop over here into sport mode. My gauges will change a little bit there, and I can just kind of go around the bend here. I do have a car behind me, so I can't stop all the way, but I'm gonna stamp on it like this, and oh my goodness God, can this thing ever move? Holy crap. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God. Like, a pickup truck just shouldn't be able to do that. Like, oh my goodness, that's cool. It's just like, it's a head turner. it makes your heads, you know, it makes you want to scratch your head, the fact that it can get up to speeds the way that it does. It's just ridiculous. It's not human, and it's so fun. It's so fun to see a little bit of that Ford performance, you know, package in there, and just working in a pickup truck. It's just like, you know what? It's 2023. Technology is better than ever, so why not? And I am absolutely here for it. But I can pop back over into normal mode to save a little bit of range. The battery's around 75% when I'm doing these rips here, so still quite a bit of charge left in the battery. Very, very great though. I did like it a lot. Like, you know, my goodness, it's just so good. Like, the turning is good. I really, really like the fact the steering wheel's so big, because it does match the car. Sometimes, you know, pickup trucks, you'll get like a normal steering wheel, but like a huge pickup truck doesn't make sense. It has to feel big. It has to feel like what you're driving. And the turning radius on this thing is actually so cool. We also have things like Blue Cruise, which is great. Most of like the auto route 40 and 20 are mapped out already. It's not really going to work in other parts of Canada according to Ford's map that I was able to see. But Blue Cruise, basically hands-free driving, kind of like Tesla's autopilot. Very, very good, very useful on the highway. Will keep speeds, will keep its distance very well, will handle corners and bumps well as well. And then it watches your eyeballs with these two sensors right up here. So really, really convenient. Later on during the week, I'm going to pick up some stuff in this flatbed. You know, I got some stuff that got some renovations going on. I got to pick up some construction supplies, so the Ford F150 Lightning is going to come in so handy. And the fact that you can do all that and like save so much money on gas is just so great. Like, let me check here. Let's check out some efficiency. I can actually switch over to that into the menu here. So let's just take trip 1 for example. It's kind of the combined trip of everyone. We're doing about 28 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I can do this trip. We're doing about 33 because I was at a standstill for a little bit, just showing you around the car. So that does use a little bit more electricity than usual, but yeah, it's super cool. And like, let's say I had something plugged into the front trunk that I needed to keep charging, or, you know, in the bed that you needed to keep charging. You can actually do that while moving, and it's really cool. And it's really cool, the duality, right? Like, I can have the front trunk open and I can have stuff plugged in there. I can have the rear trunk, you know, I can have the rear tailgate down. I can have stuff plugged in there. It's really great. This car can even power your whole house. So it's just like, there's nothing. Let me tell you, there is nothing that the F-150 Lightning cannot do. There's almost nothing that it does not do, which is like, it's just crazy. You know, the F-150 already, the platform in general, is a great car. Even if you're going hybrid, gas, whatever you're doing, it's a great car to start with. They just took that platform, made it electric, and made it future-proof. And I can't wait to see more of these out on the road. Yep, so this one is very, very expensive. Since it's the Platinum version, we're talking $123,000 Canadian, but it is fully loaded. And I do feel like I'm getting what I'm paying for, in the sense of like the range, which is pretty good, the speed, which is incredible. It's just an all-around great car. And especially if you're using this for work, well then, you know, in that case, the F-150 would actually pay for itself. You know, if you're using this as a work truck, you're a big construction guy, you got all the things you need in here, and the F-150 Lightning does kind of pay off its own bills, which is great. Which is just like, man, you just can't get any better. You know, I struggle to find bad things to say about it. You know, it's like, I just love the car so much. The one pedal driving is great, easy to use. Does take a little bit to stop because you are a big and heavy vehicle. So, you know, if I had one thing to say, I guess it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but what F-150 is, you know, most of them are as good as it gets in the pickup game in terms of, you know, pickup trucks go, in terms of efficiency goes. But yeah, you're not going to find like a really super high level efficiency pickup truck anytime soon. It's a lot of weight to carry around. And the fact that the battery's on the floor, I got a great center of gravity, so handling is really good when you do want to speed up and, you know, get up to speeds and stuff. I've been driving this on the highway this week, passing people, no matter what the case is, no matter what car they have. You know, I'm gapping Audis and BMWs in a Ford F-150. Like, what world am I living in? This is just insane, and it's so much fun. That B&O sound system is really good too. The surround sound in here is super good. Like, my goodness, it like, the bass is good. I feel like I'm really there. I just love it. I just really, really love it. And the fact that I can just do this in normal mode, oh my goodness, God. Okay, whenever I do that, it takes your breath away. Like, I don't think I'm making the point here. And I'm gonna say it again. A pickup truck should not be able to do that. That's insane. So now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I better wait for the Cybertruck and whatever. And the fact that, you know, manufacturers like Ford and the Hummer and all that stuff has beat Tesla's Cybertruck to the market, is a big gash in Tesla, right? So the Ford F-150 has set the bar so high in terms of electric pickup truck that the Tesla Cybertruck now has to come out with something crazy, because they weren't first. They were the first with the concept, but they weren't first to the market. So in my book, I think, you know, even if the Cybertruck is some great thing, I do think I'll see more F-150 Lightnings out on the road than I will Cybertrucks, and that's just the reality of them. You know, I don't think the Cybertruck will ever even come out, if I'm being honest. For the people that have the pre-order, I hope for the case it is, but people want something they can see right now that it's on the road, and the Ford F-150 Lightning is there. So let's do some final thoughts for the Ford F-150 Lightning. I hate that this video is ending because it means that my week is ending, and I'm sad that I won't be able to drive this thing and feel like $1 million in it. This truck just makes me feel that way. It's so big, it's got so much power, can do anything, can go through anything. Winter will be no problem, you know, so overall it's great. And the visibility is so good. Look at the size of this window, look at the size of that window. My goodness, it's just like, you just can't ask for any more, and it really can't get any better than what it is. Like, it's just one of the best things out on the market. I love the size of the window. I feel like I can see the ground at all times. It turns heads. People know what it is. People know what's going on with the Lightning, and the EV market know exactly what this car is, and they love it just as much as I do. So that's really cool. And you know what? I just don't want to give it up. I wish I had longer with it, and hopefully I'll get to drive it again in the winter, because I really want to test that out, the 4-wheel drive system, and maybe even the off-road system. So if any people from Ford that could hook me up with that, bring me out. I want to come out. I want to check out the Ford F-150 Lightning off-road. I really want to see what this thing can do. You know, it handles these potholy Quebec roads really good, but I really want to see what the real rugged off-road can do. And if you own an F-150 Lightning and you do drive it off-road, please let me know in the comments. I want to know everything else there is to know about this car, and in conditions that I maybe didn't get a chance to drive them in, because I've driven it in rain and pretty much sun, so that's all I've gotten to do this week. But that being said, I will leave it there. I could talk for so long on the F-150 Lightning, but like I said, there's really not a lot bad to say about it, other than it's very expensive. The production sucks. You're not gonna see too many out on the road, but that's the same for all EVs, and you know, that's pretty much the only negative thing I have to say. Don't walk, run. It's one of those. Go and drive this car, go and test this car if you're interested. I think you'll be hooked just like I am. So that being said, I'll leave it right there. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe so I can get more opportunities like this. These cars don't come around often, but when they do, I want to be the first one in them. And if you want to know my opinion right away, then I need that subscription so that the companies will come to me with these sort of cool opportunities, and then I can bring them to you. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, all that great stuff. I'll see you in the next week. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.